ideas of the life hacks, how to make English studying fun. I really prepared lots of interesting and really useful information, as I believe, for teachers. I'm going to share with you. It's really strange situation about the live stream, and I cannot see your answers and you cannot see mine, but this is how it goes. So I just will talk to you. I'm sorry for this. Okay, and let's go forward. So my name is Alexandra Lee. I'm a teacher of English, Wonderland Kids English Studio. We are teaching kids from 2 to 6 years old. Also, I'm a methodologist and a co-founder of this company, and Wonderland Kids Teaching Methods trainer. Usually I teach my teachers at the course and share lots of information, useful information with them. And also I started to lead these webinars where I share my ideas about how to teach kids from 2 to 6 in a playful way, what games to use at classes and crafts. And today my third webinar, and I'm sharing my ideas on how to make English learning fun. And also today I will present you my Wonderland Teachers community. This is a real, very exciting work that I do now. I commute teachers together and we discuss some interesting and useful topics about some English trends, English teaching trends for kids. Also, we help each other. So I will tell you about the community a little bit later. Also, I will share my ideas on how to make learning fun, and will give you my life hacks that I use at the classes. And also I will present my teacher's course. It will be at the end of the live stream. Let's go forward. I really wanted to ask who you are and get to know you better, but I really cannot see your messages. This is really very pity. And I just can't talk to you. I'm sorry. I don't know what we can do. I typed you a message and you cannot see it. It's really strange. Okay, so anyway, we continue, and I want to tell you a little bit about myself then. So actually, some of you answered the questionnaire that I sent you with the mail where you have the link, and I read there a little information about you, that some of you are teachers, some of you just think about it and want to try this job here to change the sphere. So some of you are moms, and that's great that I'm a mom too. And about me, actually, a little bit. So first of all, I'm a teacher of English, and first I taught for adults. That was a really great job for me. I liked it a lot. I loved communicating with people, but in some period of time I realized that it's a little boring for me to teach adults, and I needed more action at my classes. I wanted to create more ideas and to do some crafts, and I realized that I really want to work with little children. First I started to work with 3 to 6 years old, and then we even worked with 2 to 3, and now of course we teach them. First, in the very beginning, Wonderland Kids was a studio, not classes for children. Yeah, we wanted to conduct holidays because I saw that children, especially when they're schoolgirls and schoolboys, they have lack of motivation of studying the language, and they really wanted to change the situation and wanted to show that English learning can be real fun and interesting. And this is absolutely not what they think about it. So this is, the English that we can use here while communicating with other people. When we can travel, we can know about other cultures. We can know some new interesting information. This really wide our horizons, and it's really cool and great that people can speak other languages. So I really wanted to show them, first of all, that this is fun. And that's why we started with conducting these holidays. We celebrated some thematical holidays, calendar, like New Year, Christmas. And also, we celebrated happy birthdays. But in some period of time, we struggled to the reality that kids, they don't want to study anything while celebrating, just want to have fun. And what is the most important, of course, teaching and learning. This is not like one event. Yeah, this should be systematically from time. I mean, every day is better. Yeah, or at least every week, twice or once a week. So, and now we conduct classes twice or once a week, all the school year long. So this is a little about Wonderland Kids, how it appeared, how we founded this company, and what we still use in our teaching methods. This is a kind of this festive element of the holidays. So, for example, we love using bubbles and balloons at our classes, and also we conduct so-called quests at the end of each month to revise all the material that we started. So more life hacks, of course, I will share with you today. And I will show you my presentation. And we will go straight forward to why fun is so important in learning. Okay, I'm opening my... I will show you my screen, just a little. Just a second. Just a second. Okay, I want to show you my presentation. Crazy. I tried it several times before, and now I cannot show it. Okay, I cannot show you my presentation. This is really very interesting webinar today. So I will tell you in words. So I wanted to share with you the Winston Churchill's saying. He said, personally, I'm always ready to learn, although I do not always like being taught. So this is a part of my presentation. So actually, really, what is learning? Yeah, if we think about this word, I wanted actually to ask you. So learning is something that we really very common. We really use very often use in while talking about teaching and learning, teaching kids, teaching adults. It doesn't matter actually, because learning is when you get the new information, when you try to memorize things, when you work on recalling the information. Yeah, so actually everything that is connected with learning is usually rather hard, and for adults and for kids as well. So this is like a work that we do to learn new knowledge. Yeah. So that's why actually it is very important to make learning fun, because it helps you to make this process, yeah, to make this work easier and more effective. And if, on the contrary, if the learning is not fun, it's rather hard, and it's really not so effective, not for you, not for adults, not for kids to earn this new information. Yeah. So what I wanted to share with you today is some real situations and researches, yeah, that were made on this topic. And one of it actually I liked a lot. I found it in the internet. This is one experiment that Volkswagen, I don't know how to say it correctly, Volkswagen in German, yeah, made to as a part of their fun theory. So what they did, I wanted to share with you this video, but I cannot show you, unfortunately. So actually, what was going on, that was a part of the staircase, and the elevator. And people usually choose the elevator to go up, yeah. And when they changed the staircase to a giant functioning piano, yeah, piano keyboard. So when people stepped on the stairs, they really can hear some, notes, so some of the music of the melody. So, and that was a really interesting experiment. And of course, more than 66% of people, they use the staircase more likely than the elevator. Yeah, so that was really very interesting experiments, and I liked it a lot. And this really shows that when something fun is happening, yeah, and something interesting, people will choose it better than even if it is easier for them to, this elevator, yeah, they didn't choose it, but it is easier because they don't need to move. Okay, so, and actually this just goes how this just shows how fun can change the people behave, yeah, in these situations. So if we talk about adults, of course it works with kids even better, and if they see that something interesting is going on, they will do it no matter they're tired, or they were bored, or they, I don't know, had some bad experience today, or they're moody, I don't know, whatever. They will forget about anything if they see that it is really fun is going to happen, and they are really interested. So, and of course, they are very engaged. Engagement is the key. So when you conduct lessons to children, this is really very important that they are engaged in the learning. Yeah, because if they don't pay attention to what you ask or what you say, this is not as effective as it could be. So, and of course, what we use to make learning fun, I will share with you some life hacks now. So, as we decide that learning should be fun, what exactly we can do to make it fun? This is my other slide. So, first of all, if we're talking about kids, but it doesn't matter actually, all the statistics, they show, it shows that people of all ages, they love to play, first of all. And play is really essential for all cultures, for all ages, and this is what we need to implement in our classes. So, what is it, play? Yeah. First of all, play for me actually is movement. So when children don't sit at the desks or write or read, or just maybe circle some pictures or color the pictures. They move, they jump, they run, they hit the cards. Yeah, so they sing, they dance. So movement is the most important part. And it seems to be very easy when you hear that, but really at my course for teachers, I meet very often teachers that are eager to play some craft task, or to do some craft task with children, but they don't know exactly how to play, what games to use. And actually, I shared lots of games that we use in our classes at my previous webinar, games. You're welcome to see it, to watch it on my YouTube channel. So movement is really very important for children, and the more movement you can use at your classes, the better. So what else? Actually, fun is important also to relax. What I mean, when children learn, I told you before, yeah, when they learn, when they study, when they do this hard work, when they repeat after you, when they say, when they product, this is really hard work, and they need to relax. Usually I use so-called, festive moments, that I told you before, that we use these bubbles or balloons that they hit it just for fun. They don't need to say anything. They don't need to play dialogues. It's just a little part. It's very short, and they just relax after the lesson. So what else we can use? We can use big balls. They can hit to each other, or maybe a string they play with. So or IKEA tube, for example, they just play going through it. So you can use these ideas to let children just relax. I know that some teachers use cartoons that kids watch after the lesson. But as for me, I don't use them because I really think that it is a time wasting. Okay, it can be 2-3 minutes, but anyway, it's better I play with them and have fun because they can watch cartoons, and they do this often as their home task, for example, because they can do it at home. So, but anyway, this is one more idea how to make them relax, to sit, to relax, and to have fun as well, because of course all kids, they love watching cartoons. So one more idea of having fun, this is quests. These are quests. So I told you again that quests is something that we plan every month at the end of the month when we revise the material. So I think that you know what it is. It is when you plan a story of your lesson and tell children that they have some aim of their activities. So they need to save someone, they need to find something. So actually today is almost the end of the month, and I have with my group today, I have been teaching to my kids, and we had a quest today. So we have repeated the topics animals, fruits and vegetables, and the idea was that all these things and animals, they mixed up in the Wonderland, and we needed to find them, collect, and divide into their groups. So actually I used almost the same games, but I tried to use new ones or some their most favorite ones. For example, IKEA tube, I don't use it every time, because it is real fun, and I use it for some special moments. So quest is a story of your lesson when they need to deal with something to aim for to reach the aim of the lesson. So after that, actually, I give them some little presents. It can be some sweets, if it is possible with your kids, or this can be little medals. Yeah, it's really very, very easy just to cut some medals, to laminate them, and give them. They really like it a lot. My children, they love a lot some stickers that are sticky, yeah, and you stick them to their clothes. Okay, so this is about quests. You can use quests as we do in Wonderland Kids every month. Don't use it very often. I mean, every day, for example, yeah, because it is really hard for a teacher to prepare, and it is not necessary actually, because it should be kind of a wow effect, yeah. So actually, wow effect. This is a next part I wanted to share with you. So what is it, a wow effect? From the name of it, yeah, you can understand that this is something that kids haven't been expecting. So this is really something so great that made their level of endorphins very high. So it can be lots of different things. You can bring some real things to your lesson. For example, I don't know. For me, for example, it is not possible, but maybe you can do this if you have classes at home with your own kids, or if you have classes with your kids. I mean, as a tutor, if you work as a tutor. So I've heard about this idea that one teacher brought to the class with him a puppet. So he had a puppet, and he had a topic of prepositions of place, and practiced all the class long with this puppet, these prepositions. I think it is great, and children, they loved it so much. They played with this puppet all the lesson long. They repeated and they gave instructions to this puppet. They touched it. I think that was really wonderful. So if it is possible to bring something to make your lesson wow, with wow effect. So actually, one wow effect that we used at our classes, and that is more possible to do, that was real object, real fruits and vegetables. Actually, this is not so unusual, because I know that most of teachers, they likely bring these real things to their classes, like real maybe dishes, yeah, real vegetables, real fruits, real, I don't know, plants, if it is possible, yeah, if your topic is about plants. But I have to examples of how we use the wow effect. So that was at the beginning of the school year, and one of our teacher brought real fruits, and children, because before they played only with cards, they really didn't expect her to bring some real things that we can eat in reality. So, and when she opened her box and showed them that they were going to play with them, so they played with some cards, and they needed to match them. So that was really wow effect, because kids were, whoa, we will play today with real apples and kiwis. So that was great. And one more situation when we used real things, that was with the real leaves. We brought green leaves. That was again in the beginning of the school year, in autumn. So we collected the leaves outside, I mean, and brought them to make a fun part, actually. Yeah. So I told you that we use at the end of the lesson. Yeah, that was a fun part of the lesson with leaves. So they just were playing with them, like in the park, grabbing them and throw them up. So that was really cool. That was a wow effect as well. Okay, what else? Wow effect, movement. Okay, super crafts. I call it super crafts because this is really something that I love by myself. Super, it means that I try to find the ideas that are not only interesting, but very good for their brain development, yeah, for their cognitive development. So it is not only cutting and gluing, and painting. We love very much playing with Play-Doh, so they're modeling, and work with their fingers. Or I try to bring something really unusual. For example, so you can, okay, today we had a topic to vegetables, yeah? So we could bring some pictures of, but I don't know, tomatoes, and needed to color them. So you can see tomato, this is red, you color it red, and that's it. So this is the craft that I really use very, very rare, only in situations when the lesson is really full of lots of interesting things. But anyway, usually I try to use something that is unusual. So they can color the things in different colors. So the kangaroo can be blue, and even we had a joke, blue kangaroo. Their vegetables can be, I don't know, carrot can be yellow or whatever. And today, actually, we colored tomato with, red pieces of straws. And these pieces of straws we sticked to the Play-Doh. So this is really very interesting craft, and this is really good for memorizing things, because this is not ordinary. Yeah, so I call it super craft. So try to find crafts that are not usual, that you change from time to time, so don't use the same things. Actually, yeah, this is one more moment I wanted to share with you. So try to use all the time different activities. It is connected with crafts, with games. We still in Wonderland Kids are looking for new ideas and new games. We think of new games, new context games, new active games, new crafts. So we're always in search, and you as a great teacher should always remember that you need to change it, because the school year is long, you have lots of classes, and surely it's better to change these activities from time to time when you see, especially when kids are kind of bored with some of the games or maybe songs, yeah? So change your activities when you see that kids are bored, or even before this. So one more thing to make learning fun and interesting, this is so-called flipped learning. Maybe you've heard about this. It is when you study the theory, yeah, outside of the classroom, and in the classroom you only practice it. So how we implement it in Wonderland Kids? So usually we give our kids the workbooks they learn at home. So we never work with any workbooks or with any students' books at the classes. So this is their job at home. They can do it by themselves, with parents, or even without. They can learn new words by memorizing it, by repeating it, yeah, by drilling, even, whatever. And they can listen to songs, they can watch videos, but at our classes we only play and practice these words, these phrases, and these dialects. Okay, this is called flipped learning. It is used not only for kids but for adults as well, when they study grammar, for example, and in the classroom only chat and have conversational dialogues, I mean conversational speaking clubs, yeah? Okay, one more thing is gamification. Gamification is really useful for children, and common used everywhere now, in business, in companies, yeah, in lots of different spheres. But for children, I don't like when there are lots of gamification, but it really can help you to work with their discipline, for example, yeah, when you tell them that you give them the sticker or bonus for their good behavior. But gamification is really necessary when you plan quests for them, yeah, because they have uh, some idea that they need to follow, and they get special stickers for their great job. And as well, we use it every lesson, and we give them passports. Maybe you use it as well. I give them, we give them passports and stick their colorful smiles that show them that they did great with their English speaking. Yeah, this is really very important. English speaking, discipline, and homework. This is about gamification. If you can use it with different activities, but I try not to use it a lot because they get used to these stickers, and even some of them, they don't mind even, yeah? So it's better to make learning fun itself than to show them that they get something for this. Okay, so what else? One more thing. Yeah, this is interesting. So relax, quests, wow effect, movement, super crafts, flipped learning, gamification, real things I told you about. And yeah, upside down. I found this idea actually while preparing for this webinar. So what is upside down? We use this idea of the lesson, yeah, when you conduct it in another way, backward lesson it calls. I tried it actually only once. That was really interesting experience. So what it means that you start the lesson with goodbye song, and then you have, for example, theater play, as we have now in Wonderland Kids. After that, you make some craft task, for example. Then you play, and then you say hello to each other. So this is backward lesson. So actually, this is. How to say, this is a situation when you need to like shake them, to show them, to refresh the lesson, yeah, to motivate them, to make it more interesting. Maybe it works when you have lessons rather often, not just once or twice a week. If you teach, for example, in a kindergarten, yeah, it can be a great idea to have a day of backward routine. Yeah, and upside down, this is something different. This is when you do, for example, craft upside down. So when you don't draw on a table but under the table, how it is possible. So you stick the sheet of paper on under, not on, under the table, and children, they need to draw, to paint, but of course not with paints, with the pencils, yeah, with markers, upside down, or when they draw, but it's better not for young kids, I think, when they draw not the things like a man, for example, when they draw little men, and they draw first the head, then shoulders, then and then at the end legs. Yeah. So first they draw legs, then their hips. I don't know. Then body, then head. What else? It can be upside down. So actually, I've heard about upside down craft. Yeah, you can try to do this, and this backward lesson. If this idea will work good for your classroom, then great. Okay, so I shared several ideas of how to make English learning fun, and I told you why it's important. In the last part of our webinar, yeah, we're finishing soon. Yeah, I promised to share with you some resources, but after that I realized that I will better send you the links to them, because here, Moral, I cannot send you my messages. So as you registered to the webinar, I have your emails, and of course you will get my, first of all, recording. Then I will send you the book that I promised for the attendees of the webinar. The book is really great. I will send you the link and you can download it. Also, I found one webinar of the author of the book. She tells how it was written and all the moments that are in the book. She just tells a little about them. This is really very interesting. I will show you the link. This is a great resource. It calls early childhood investigations. Great resource. You can find lots of webinars there about it. Really, you can watch for free. And yes, I will send you these links of the resources where you can find new ideas of the life hacks to make English learning fun. I will send you the book. And now I have a few minutes and will tell you about my course for teachers and about the teachers community. So course for teachers, this is really my I adore training teachers, and I really love it a lot. So now it is the 8th batch. Oh, the seventh batch. Girls are studying and learning how to teach children in a gameful way. We teach them our authoring methods of Wonderland Kids. We share with them how exactly to conduct classes and how to manage their discipline, how to deal with kids of different ages, how to work with the kids of from 2 to 3 years old, and all the theory information that can be important while you're conducting classes. So what else? Of course, what is the most important at our course, we provide practice lessons. So first of all, you study online, and this course is possible online for teachers who are not in Moscow, for example, because we have practice with kids in our Moscow club at Taganskaya. But if you are a teacher who is in another city, you can study only online. Send us your videos of the kids, but for this year you need to find the children, at least 2 kids by yourself, and send us videos that we will comment on. So this course is possible online and offline, as I told you. And really, what is the most important, this is more based on practice, because you can study lots of theory moments. You can learn by yourself. You can learn with us, but you can start understanding how exactly to deal with children, how exactly to work with them, how exactly manage in different situations. And all the psychology will work only when you see this in reality. And you will have these practical lessons with our group that we are collecting for you, or if it is only online lessons, that the group that you are collecting by yourselves, and send us the video that we will comment on. So actually, after the webinar, I usually send you the link and the promo code that you can use within 3 days. And this promo code will be webinar. So you can write me or text me, send me an email, and tell me if you are interested in this course. I will anyway send you the link to it. You can study the information more. So about the prices, I will tell you. So the course lasts for 2 months. So the first month you study only online. So you study these theory topics, and you also write lesson plans that we check. And at the second month, you start practicing. You still write the lesson plans, but also you conduct these lessons to teach to children, and we give you the feedback immediately. It doesn't matter online or offline. If online, we check your videos and send you our feedback, or if you're offline, just on the spot at our training class. So the price of the training is 9,900 for online course, and 14,900 for offline course. So the next batch is going to be in July. If you are eager to join, please. We have only 4 or 5 places to one group, so not so many people for you to have practice. So if you want to book a place, please do it as far as you can, because we have not so many people in the group. And what about the teachers community? This is really something great that I now trying to work on this community. So actually, this community now in Vkontakte, and maybe some of you already are in this group. I try to fill it with useful information. You can join and see my records of the webinars, some ideas for crafts. Some ideas of games I will share with you that we use in Wonderland Kids and our teachers use. And also I'm inviting you to our offline meetings that we're planning to conduct every month. Maybe in summer we'll have them more rare. So actually what you can do, you can meet with me, with our teachers, with other professionals, and discuss some trends about English teaching to children. So actually our first meeting is going to be on the 18th of May in the evening at 6:45. You can come at 6:30 for the registration. So, and there, me and our partner, Ron Figursky from Everyday English School, will share with you our ideas how to conduct classes for kids using only in total immersion, when you don't use their L1, their native language. He is a native teacher and he works with native teachers. We work only with Russian ones, and he will share this information. This is really interesting even for me. I know some life hacks, how to conduct classes without Russian at all. But anyway, it is always interesting to hear some new ideas. So I'm really looking forward to hear him. And I'm inviting you, and I will share my own experience, why I have chosen this work with children, why I love it so much, how to become an English teacher for children, and what kind of person you should be. So this is the program of our first meeting. And one more thing, you can practice your English at these meetings. Yeah. So all our products and our community and this webinar now and our chat. Actually, we have a chat in WhatsApp where we discuss some points as well, and here are my teachers and other new teachers that I add there. So actually all this communication is in English, and I know that this is a really important part for all of the people. I mean, yeah, the more practice, the better. And we will have classes with native teachers there. But I'm sorry, this is possible only for teachers who are in Moscow, yeah, because these are offline meetings, and you can come to these offline meetings if you live in Moscow or in Moscow region. we're going to meet at Yugo-Zapadная metro station. This is Udaltsova Street, not so far from metro. I will share with you this information, and the first meeting will be incredibly cheap. It is only 500 for the meeting. You will have 3 hours of chatting with native speakers, with me, with our partners, with the other teachers. We'll have networking, we'll have snacks. So actually it's really going to be fun. So I hope to see you there. I hope you to join our community. So what else you can find in the community? So ideas, support of other teachers, and even job offers. Sometimes our partners, clubs of not only Moscow actually, and in Moscow region, and even in other clubs, I mean in other cities of our country. So if I have any job offers, I immediately let my teachers community know. So if you're looking for a job, again, you can contact me. And if I know you, or for example, you just graduated my course, or I saw your lesson, because sometimes I come to observe my teachers' lessons, or just new teachers who want to work with us. Yeah. So if I know you, I will surely recommend you to these vacancies. Yeah, to these people, to these partners. So many information for today. It's really a pity that I couldn't talk to you. Yeah, couldn't text you. But we have what we have. I hope this webinar was useful for you. Please let me know, was it useful? Maybe texting me. Maybe you have my mobile phone. You can really text me and tell me how everything runs, and was it useful for you? Will you use these ideas? And anyway, I'm really open for any discussions, for any offers. If you want to join our teachers community, or if you want to come to our meetings, if you want to participate in our teacher training, or just talk to me and know something. If you have questions, just let me know, because here you cannot do this because I don't see your messages. I'm sorry for this. So I'm open to your offers, to your questions. Please let me know, and surely have fun with your children. Love your job. Feel great, and good evening. Have a good evening. I mean, okay. So bye bye. See you. Have a great day. Have a great evening. Bye bye.